Okay, there we go. And bet. What's good, y'all? I am the dating pool guy. I am cleaning up the dating pool through reactions, through advice, etc., etc. So today we have a video by Story Recapped. Lotto winner must pretend to be poor to not lose his millions to his wife. That's happening now with celebrities, right? Well, they don't pretend not to be rich, but they gotta pretend that. Well, whatever. We're not gonna talk about it. Let's go ahead and watch this and see what this is about, man.
When a man unexpectedly wins the Super Lotto, he starts to live a double life, pretending that he's still broke just to keep the money all to himself. One morning, Santi, a financially challenged man, meets Romulo, a yacht broker, and he apologizes for arriving late to his job. Santi promises to work extra hours to make up for his tardiness, but Romulo refuses. Instead, he orders him to finish his task for the day because he's fired. After this, Santi walks in shame as he carries 2 containers of human waste, which is Romulo's way of further embarrassing him. On the road, Santi's van runs out, so he decides to walk to the gas station. However, an approaching car splashes dirty water on him, making him feel miserable. Later, at the gas station, Pedro, Santi's narcissistic friend, asks if he's going to attend their class reunion, especially since his archenemy, Mario, will be there. Santi declines his invitation because he has a prior appointment with Maite and the lawyer. During their divorce appointment, the lawyer reminds them that they have to split everything because they agree to share their assets in their marriage. Maite informs the lawyer that the house is the only thing they have, so the man advises that they keep sharing it until their divorce is finalized. She's against his advice because she believes it defeats the purpose of their divorce. Moreover, she can't remake her life that way, which surprises Santi. He still harbors feelings for his wife, so he feels dejected that she wants to move on from him. Maite shuts him down and proceeds to ask the lawyer about when their divorce will be valid.
Dang.
He reveals that the paperwork usually takes 2 or 3 months, leaving Maite in disbelief. Following their meeting, Santi invites Maite for dinner, but she refuses because she plans on attending their class reunion. Santi realizes that it's the reason why she's getting pretty, so he wonders if she's attending with a date. Maite denies it, and due to awkwardness, she abruptly bids him farewell. All of a sudden,
She lying.
Santi notices a lotto stall, which entices him to try his luck. That night, at their class reunion, Santi spots Maite interacting with a man, making him think that he's her new flame. Santi approaches him to confront him, but he learns that he's also from their class. Confused, Santi asks him if he used to sit behind Mario, whom he always teases because he's plus-sized. To his surprise, the man reveals that he's actually Mario, and Santi can't believe that he's now fit. Suddenly, Maite appears, and she informs Santi that Mario is her new boss at the supermarket. At his friend's table, Pedro and Marcos laugh at the idea that Mario is now seeing Maite, believing that he might endanger her life due to his weight. Since they're unaware of Mario's new appearance, Santi points in his direction, and upon observing him, his friends become surprised. Back at their house, Santi throws the pack of cigarettes into the trash can, forgetting that his lotto ticket is concealed in it. The following morning, Maite is collecting their garbage when she informs Santi that Mario wants to interview him to offer him a job at the supermarket. Though such an opportunity would be perfect for Santi, he's unenthusiastic because he resents Mario for stealing her from him. Sometime after, Santi is listening to the radio as he takes a bath when he learns about the winning combination for a 25 million euro lotto prize. Realizing it's his combination, he hurriedly leaves the house to search for his ticket in the garbage bin. Santi endures the sickening stench of the garbage so that he can find his ticket. Thankfully, he recovers the prize ticket, which makes him feel triumphant that he's now a millionaire. Immediately, Santi races to Maite's workplace, hoping to share such good news. But to his disappointment, he sees her inside Mario's car. They appear to be having an intimate moment, but in reality, Maite stops Mario from kissing her because she's still not ready for it.
Okay, let me say this real quick. First of all, I'm always an underdog guy. I respect the underdog. So, hey, you was a bully, bruh. So I don't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Mario for losing weight. You know what I'm saying? For making a better life for himself. And he's pulling now that he's lost weight. So I don't feel bad for you, bro. Side note, I do feel bad for what's happened to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, the nasty water, the garbage, blah, blah, blah. I feel bad for you. But bullying people is not the answer. As far as, let's talk about the divorce part. A lot of times, yeah. So usually it's the women, initiating the divorce. But no, there's no but. And the reason is because a lot of times the men that they get married to settle in. You know what I'm saying? Once you settle into that and you're like, okay, like, we're married, I have her now. I'm chilling. Like, I don't have to do as much. I don't have to, venture out. I don't have to like still be creative like I was. I don't have to be a go-getter. No, 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 no. You have to move like you're still single. You have to move, not in that way, but you like business wise, you have to continue to build. You have to continue to have that mindset about like, okay, I'm still gonna be a go-getter. I'm still gonna build my empire. I'm still gonna keep doing things. I'm still gonna be active, etc., etc. Those are the things that keep attraction. Or if anything happens and you're doing all this stuff and she still falls off, that's fine because you're still confident about yourself because you're like, well, I still get attention. I'm still doing big things. So, I'm not worried about it. Like, you might feel a little sad, but you're still going to go forward. What happened to him, it looks like, she's making more than him. You know what I'm saying? Mario's making more than him. That's her boss. So she already looks up to him. The fact that she went to him and said, hey, you could get a job under Mario. That is so demeaning. You know what I'm saying? She that shows she doesn't care. She doesn't look at the situation. She's just like, oh yeah, you need a job. Here's a job for you. Don't take that job, bro. And so now that he's won the lottery, that's dope. But the fact that he was trying to go to her and tell her that he won, I'm like, the divorce isn't even finalized. Why would you tell her that you just won $1 million, bro? No, wait till it's over. I keep it in touch. So let's see how he's going to pretend to be poor. But me, she would not know. I'd be like chilling. You know what I'm saying? I would be smiling everywhere. What happened? Oh, nothing. Like, I'm just giving a new outlook on life, blah, blah. As soon as that divorce is finalized, bruh, let's go. All right, let's go.
Instead of spending his day being miserable, Santi heads to the bank to claim his prize. There, he attracts the attention of the bank employees, particularly Damian, the bank manager. Santi feels uncomfortable, so he decides to leave simply, but Damian starts to follow him. On his way home, Santi is surprised that Damian has sneaked inside his van, and the man tries to calm him down. He offers his service as a financial advisor to help him manage his winnings, but Santi refuses and orders him to leave. Just then, Begonia, a policewoman, appears in front of his van, leaving Santi in a panic. Begonia scolds him for committing a parking violation at the bank. To help Santi get out of trouble, Damian reveals to her that he's his client and that he won the lottery. True enough, Begonia's demeanor shifts from
Whoa. Hey, bruh. I didn't even choose you as my financial advisor, and you already telling people I won the lottery? Why would I pick you as my financial advisor? You spilling out my secrets already. Yo, that's crazy. This got to be a comedy, because that's crazy.
Hostility to sympathy, and she even congratulates him on his win. Later, in a restaurant, Damian informs Santi that he has to share half of his winnings with his wife because they have shared assets. Santi feels insecure because he believes Maite will just spend her share of the money on Mario. After their meal, Damian advises Santi to keep his lottery winnings a secret from Maite until their divorce is official.
Yes, sir.
This way, Damian assures him that he can keep all of his money to himself.
Good.
Santi is hesitant because he supposes that his friends will end up telling Maite about it. With this in mind,
why are you telling your friends? Here's the thing. When you have this mindset, he has a loser mindset. I'm sorry. Sorry, my boy. You have a loser mindset. The fact that I would not tell anybody. The only people I would tell is my family, my close family, just because we have that relationship. Anybody else would never know. My aunts, uncles, cousins, nobody's going to know. Well, I don't know if I tell my mom because she might tell them. You know how your mom get on the phone calls and be like, guess what? My son won the lottery. What? Why you tell them? No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not telling nobody that I can't trust with this information. The fact that you're telling your friends, why are you doing that? The fact that he told that cop, why are you doing that? Yo, I don't think this is gonna work. They got big mouths, and that's what I'm saying. What did Lil Wayne say? Real G's move in silence like lasagna. That's how you gotta move, in silence. Wayne.
Mind. Damian urges him not to tell his friends about it, explaining that he'll lose both them and his money.
Good.
The next day, Tanya, Santi's colleague at Mario's supermarket, orients him about his job as a stock clerk. She proceeds to share her hunch that, with luck and hard work, she might be promoted to checkout staff in 2 years. As soon as his shift ends, Santi starts to enjoy the perks of being a millionaire, having the freedom to buy any material things he desires. Back home, Santi hides all of his purchases in their abandoned shed so that Maite won't know about them. Then, he transferred an expensive wine into a cheap wine bottle so that he could enjoy the drink without any worries. One day, after surfing...
This dude's an idiot. He's an idiot. Bro, don't start buying... Oh my gosh. Bruh. Well, see, loser mentality, poor man's mentality. No, you look at how can I make this 25 million into 50 million to 100 million. You know, all those things where it's like, would you rather have this money or, you know, have a 50-50 chance of winning this? No, give me the for sure money, because the for sure money, I can find out how to make it more money. Like this, like I get a little bit of spending. Like, okay, like you go out to dinner maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when you start buying stuff like expensive watches, expensive suits, stuff that you wouldn't regularly have, that's when you start messing up. You got to stay in your salary on the surface. Like, I thought he was going to be pretending. This man ain't pretending. Okay, this is 19 minutes. Let me not talk too much. Just
at the beach, Marcos invites his friends to have a drink, but Santi declines, lying that he doesn't have money. Pedro doubts it, reminding him that he has a job from Maite's new man. Marcos scolds him for bringing up Santi's struggles,
he took
but
the
Pedro
job.
thinks one must be contented with what they have, especially since they aren't as rich as the recent Super Lotto winner. Due to the bitterness in Pedro's voice, Santi emphasizes that they shouldn't attack the winner just because he's rich. Marcos begins to question if he's the winner because he's defensive, but Santi simply laughs to avoid getting caught. Suddenly, Santi notices Mario by the shore, making him feel threatened. The group is surprised to discover that he's also surfing, but they believe he's nowhere good at the sport. Therefore, Santi invites his friends to get a drink and watch Mario fail. However, they swallow their words as it turns out that Mario is actually skilled in surfing. The next day, Santi awakens late in his hotel room, prompting him to get ready quickly. Outside, he realizes that he can't wear a fancy outfit to his job at the supermarket, so he decides to switch clothes with a janitor. Later, in their work...
Why would you wear that? Why are you wearing this stuff? I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to pause it, but okay, I'm not going to talk about it. Side note. When you have people like this, that people are going to hate on you in life. You know what I'm saying? People are going to say whatever about you. You can't people please because people will never be pleased. Don't people please, people will never be pleased. Oh, hold on with the P. Pushing P. Anyway, but you got to look at people are going to people. I say it all the time. People are going to people. So they're hating on Mario because they see his success. That's loser mentality. These people are haters, bruh. So Mario dug deep. He did the work. He lost the weight. He built his company where he is in charge of the store that he works at. So they're hating on him because of how he's doing it, how he's better his life, but yet they don't want to better their lives. And the only reason his life is getting better because he won the lottery. So luck. But even then, he doesn't even know how to move with money. You know what I'm saying? So people are going to hate on you, bro. Don't let them hate on you. Well, let them hate on you, but don't let them deter you from going forward and bettering your life. Because I'm telling you, as soon as you better your life, they're going to be like, wow, you're so this. Wow, you're so that. Like, you know, people that weren't rocking with you before are going to start coming over and being like, whoa. But in those ways, never have hate toward nobody. You ain't got to be ugly. You don't have to be, no, be you. But if you don't want to work with them or you don't want to hang out with them or you don't want to bring them into your life, don't. Don't be hating, don't be resentful, but hey, I'm chilling, but we not hanging out. You know what I'm saying? They some haters, bro.
Place, Maite wonders why Santi is wearing a tank top. He reasons that it's for summer, but this confuses Maite because it's currently October, rendering him speechless. To his relief, Maite changes the topic, but she asks about where he spent the night. He tries to communicate that he stayed at a 5-star hotel, but she thinks he's lying to save his face. Therefore, Maite assures him that she's all right if he sleeps in his van, as long as he informs her beforehand. Before they can further converse, Mario interrupts them and confronts Santi for being late. He reasons that he had an accident wherein he jumped into the trash, which explains the putrid smell he's exuding. Mario lets it slide, but he starts taunting Santi by criticizing his rusting surfing skills. Determined to hone his skills, Santi trains with Aritz Aranburu, a professional surfer. For the next few days, Santi enjoys the privilege of becoming a millionaire by frequently dining out at expensive restaurants, which causes him to spend less time with his friends. One day, Damian introduces Santi to Romulo as his client, who wants to purchase a yacht, which surprises him. Damian offers 500,000 euros, but Romulo refuses because it's lower than the price they've agreed on. Santi decides not to pursue the yacht anymore, so he starts to leave, which compels Romulo to accept the offer. However, Santi has yet to hand him the check because he wants him to unload the yacht's bathroom, just like how he embarrassed him before. The following day, while Santi is conversing with Damian about his investments, he discovers that Marcos and Pedro are approaching his location, causing him to panic. Immediately, Santi hides behind the trash bin and puts his purchases inside of it. Then, he faces his friends, who are surprised that he's donning a designer suit. Santi lies that his new clothes are the perks of his new job as a suit tester, which excites Pedro, who wants to experience it as well. At that moment, Santi becomes anxious as the trash bin concealing his expensive purchases is currently getting unloaded. Moving on, Santi asks about their well-being, but Marcos expresses his disappointment to him because it's been a while since he checked on them. Later, during an unexpected dinner with Maite's parents, Santi points out that she shouldn't serve them a cheap wine when, in reality, he's afraid that they'll consume the expensive one he transferred in it. Miguel, Maite's father, is in awe at how wonderful it tastes. He wonders where they purchased it, and Maite reveals that it's from the supermarket, which is priced at €1.95. Miguel is in disbelief at its price because he thinks it tastes the same as the Gaudium wine, causing Santi to choke on his drink. Discovering that he's looking pale, Laura, Maite's mother, becomes concerned about him. Santi shares that he isn't feeling well, so Laura encourages him to finish his meal, believing it will help him. He complies, but he has a hard time consuming it since he just had a full-course meal. Just then...
Oh my gosh, this dude, he's getting on my nerves, bruh. One, why are you still buying designer stuff and walking around town in a suit? Bruh. Why? Why are you doing this? You're trying to pretend not to be rich. And now you're a suit tester, which is another lie. Once you start lying, it keeps creating different lies, bruh. You have to decide to stay the same and cover it that way where I'm living the same life. If I do eat, I might go to, you know what I'm saying, a little restaurant here, just spike it up a little bit. But you got to just hold out, bruh, on the money until it's done, until the deed's done. He doesn't have delayed gratification. He just saw his bags go in the trash because he was trying to hide from his friends who caught him anyway. And now they're like, oh, I want to test suits. Where's your job? Second of all, why is the wife still at the table? If we're splitting up, why are you still at the table? And I've never been married, so maybe it's complicated, but nah, bro. Nah, let's see.
Miguel notices Santi's watch and becomes interested in it.
Oh, God.
He asks where he purchased it.
Why are you
so Santi lies about it being a cheap replica. Despite this, Miguel wants to have the same watch, so he hands Santi money and orders him to purchase another for him. That same night, Santi stays in his hotel room, but he starts to long for his friends, so he contacts Damian because he has a plan he needs to fulfill. The next day, Pedro informs Marcos that the woman offered him a marketing campaign. Marcos wonders, in disbelief, how much the offer is, and Pedro reveals that it's 1 million euros. Santi arrives at the same bar and tries to greet them, but the pair simply ignores him. Hurt, Santi just sits at the counter until Pedro invites him to their table, emphasizing that he has mind-blowing news to share. Soon after, Marcos also receives life-changing news from his wife, Lorena, who informs him that he inherited money from his aunt, Dolores. Unbeknownst to them, these are all part of Santi's plan of sharing his fortune with his friends.
Okay, all right.
Later, at the golf course, Santi is surprised to find Mario near them, so he informs Damian that he's his arch-nemesis. Recognition hits Damian, and he reveals to him that Mario visited the bank to ask for a loan. Santi realizes that Mario has seen him, so he starts to wear his disguise, but he still asks what the loan is for. According to Damian, Mario wants to sell his business and fire all of his employees. At that moment, Mario approaches them, so Santi pretends that he's Damian's caddy. Mario wonders what he's doing on the golf course, knowing that he's supposed to be in the supermarket. Santi deceives him by saying that it's his second job for an extra income. On the succeeding day at the supermarket, Santi tries to warn Maite about the impending closure of their workplace, but Mario suddenly appears and interrupts them. He reports to Maite that Santi is doing a second job amidst his shift in the supermarket, which leaves a bad impression on her. Because of this, Maite is disappointed in him as she starts to believe that he's become responsible. She encourages him never to return to their house, as she's tired of looking after him. Following this,
Man, forget you. We ain't even together. Loser mentality. Go ahead.
Santi joins his friends inside Marcos's new sports car to unwind. However, he expresses his frustration toward Marcos for purchasing a sports car instead of a minivan for his family. Marcos believes his actions are justified because he still wants to live his life. Curious, Marcos asks why he's concerned with how he spends his money, but Santi stops himself before he reveals his secret. Pedro thinks that Santi is just envious because he's stuck in a low-paying job. Insulted, Santi orders Marcos to stop the car so he can calm himself. He decides to admit that he's the Super Lotto winner, and the money Marcos used to buy the car is his. Happy for him, the group goes to a club to celebrate Santi's millionaire status. The next day, Maite receives a phone call from Mario, much to Santi's dismay. Since he hears that they're having a romantic call, Santi retaliates by calling an escort to make it appear that she's his new girlfriend. His plan works as Maite eavesdrops and feels jealous. That night, Santi attempts to forget Maite by making love with Christina, the escort he had just called earlier.
Hey, Christina bad.
Similarly, Maite is having an intimate moment with Mario, hoping she can move on from her husband. Unfortunately for them, they miss each other, and their current partners give them the worst night of their lives. By the next morning, Mario fakes his tears as he announces to his employees that he's firing them all. He explains that he has put all of his efforts into saving his business, but he fails. As he turns to leave, Maite assures her colleagues that she'll negotiate a severance for them. An employee expresses his doubt about it, knowing that their management doesn't compensate them appropriately.
Right.
Still, Maite is hopeful that they'll receive decent pay. After dealing with them, Santi converses with Maite, and he invites her to have dinner together to cheer her up. Initially, Maite hesitates, so Santi encourages her to reconcile, believing they deserve it. He promises to handle the dinner, so she eventually agrees. Back at their residence, Santi hires a butler, chef, and maid to make their dinner extra special. He also gives them top-quality meat as a gift for their service, much to their delight. Right on time, Maite's car approaches their house, so Santi orders his hired help to hide in the shed. During their meal, the pair is surprisingly having a good time in each other's company. Santi begins to voice his objection toward their divorce, for he doesn't want to toss away the years they've shared. He reflects on how he finds it difficult to live without her, which makes him emotional. Since they yearn for each other, the couple share a kiss, and Santi proceeds to apologize for all the mistakes he has committed.
Okay.
Maite apologizes as well, but Santi insists he has done far worse than her. Mustering up his courage, Santi confesses that he's the Super Lotto winner.
No, 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 no. Okay, it's almost over. No, see, he was, okay. I've never been married before, So, I know those emotions probably run deep, especially with her leaving him. There is that time in there where you want somebody back. I understand that. Um, However, notice he started doing better for himself. And so that's when she wanted him. So that's fine because that's what I said before. If you continue to strive forward, y'all should be good. As long as you continue to be the man that you are, the man that you fell in love with, you're usually okay unless it's something else that comes up. But even then, you're okay. He fell off, and so now he's coming back. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, it is an issue that, they started talking to other people. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of tough. But hey, what you going to do? This is where he's going wrong right here, though, is it's still too early. Also, let me say this real quick, too, with the friends. Bruh. Notice the loser mentality. Why is he buying a new car? Like he said, you should have bought a minivan. But he's getting money, so he's like, I gotta think about how to make this money last. Like, what are better decisions to make? So he had his fun, but now, same way, his friend is having to break out of his fun too. And while I'm saying this, I'm having to think like, when I get money like that, well, maybe not that. Well, who knows? Maybe that much money, but when I get close to that, like, or making a lot more, I have to make sure that I don't do that, and I'm smart with my money too. But it's too early to tell her. This is your first dinner together. Y'all miss each other. It's good, but you don't know how this news would change her. You know what I do? I'd have my dinner. I see everything's going well. I start going that way, and then one day I'll be like, oh my goodness, I won the lottery. Then reveal it then. Like it's a new thing for both of us. Once the divorce and all that stuff is cool. Because she might hear this and be like, I could still get divorced from you and have half the money. It's tough.
Maite feels betrayed that he refused to inform her about it beforehand.
Why would I
so
tell you?
She walks out.
Why would I tell you?
One night, at Santi's yacht, Pedro angrily informs his friends that he's been a topic after his commercial, which makes them happy. Contrary to their positive reaction, Pedro feels discouraged because the reason he's trending is that people make fun of him because of his looks. He blames Santi for making him a model, for it only resulted in him becoming a joke.
What?
The following day, Santi feels unfulfilled with his life despite his wealth.
Oh my God.
Therefore, he decides to meet Damian and part ways with him. Damian feels emotional, as the time they've worked together means a lot to him.
What?
Meanwhile, at Maite's residence, she receives a notification that 12,500,000 euros have been deposited into her account, which leaves her speechless. Then, a mail courier arrives and hands her a package from Santi. Upon opening it, Maite is in disbelief that he has sent her a signed copy of their divorce papers. This is good news for Lorena, especially since it will make her a millionaire and free her from Santi. However,
Watch out for that
Maite
friend.
doesn't share her enthusiasm, as she still has feelings for him. Just then, Maite receives a call from Tanya, who informs her that their supermarket has reopened. Immediately, Maite arrives at the supermarket, and she's proud of Tanya for finally bagging the checkout position. Curious, Maite asks her about who bought their workplace, but Tanya is clueless. Maite decides to head to Mario's office to ask him, but she overhears him explaining to the caller that someone offered a lot of money to the supermarket's owner. Maite is disappointed in him, especially since he plans on selling the market without caring that his employees will be unemployed because of it. In Mario's defense, it's just business, but it only heightens Maite's anger toward him. Not long after, Damian appears and informs Maite that he's the new owner's administrator. Then, he hands her a document stating that she's the new director. Maite immediately thinks that Santi purchased the supermarket, so she demands that he reveal his location. Outside, Maite pleads with Begonia not to give her a violation ticket, reasoning that she's in a hurry. She expresses that she needs to go to the airport, but the policewoman forbids her. Annoyed, Maite insists that she must leave because she has to speak with Santi. Upon hearing his name, Begonia offers to give Maite a ride to the airport. Moments later, at Santi's location, Maite hurriedly searches the crowd to look for her husband, unaware that he's nearby. After failing to find him, she starts to feel disheartened. But thankfully, she notices Santi at the counter, compelling her to call for him. Afterward, she rushes to him, which makes Santi expect that she's going in for a kiss. Instead, Maite slaps him and reprimands him for believing that the material things he bought her will make her return to him. Santi doesn't comment, but he simply kisses her, for he loves her still. A year later, at a party, Santi and Maite have reconciled, and their supermarket business is stable. Pedro, on the other hand, is a known influencer with 2 million subscribers. Things are going well with Marcos as well, for he's expecting another child with Lorena. As for Mario, he steals the crowd's attention, for he regains his weight, but he warns them that he'll be back.
Subscribe to watch more videos.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's on you, bro. Why are you gaining that weight back? Yeah, final thoughts on this. This was crazy, bro. Like I said, a lot of that went on was silly. Shouldn't have happened. It was like, bro, why are you revealing all your information? Loser mentality. Why are you spending all this money? And you're trying to stay hidden. Loser mentality. Towards the end, I didn't understand. Like, okay, did you want to move on with your life or not move on with your life? Like, you know, for me, I give his wife bail because not on dating another guy already, but I mean, I can't. No, until we're divorced, we're still together. But I don't know how it works. I've never been married. But yeah, that's still wrong. Anyway, but I give her some bail because, you know, after the dinner, you know, she was in a place where no. She felt betrayed because he didn't tell her. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't tell her either because, well, she wouldn't have never known with me, but I wouldn't have told her either because I'm like, I don't know what you were going to do. Like, I don't know you, you know what I'm saying? You might have still ran off with the money. So I don't know who that is. So yeah, that's the thing that I'll say it's important for, if that ever happens to you, hide it well. Don't let nobody know. First step is start figuring out how you're going to get to double your money, triple your money, or increase your money so that you can keep it forever. That is a lot of money, but you need to figure out, how am I going to keep this money for generations to come? What am I going to put into? And the store, I guess that's a good investment, a good start. You know what I'm saying? It keeps making revenue if you know how to run a store. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out for everybody. His friends was tripping, bruh, you know, because ungrateful. But at the same time, I get it because they were all kind of had the loser mentality anyway. But that's it. I'm not going to rap too much on this. Hope y'all enjoy this video. Like, share, subscribe, man. It's crucial. The channel's growing. I'm up to 8 subscribers and I'm proud of it. But yeah, peace.